Tell me about your play here.
Well, the interesting thing, Kelly, is that we're big players in golf technology with our Bushnell brand. We're the leaders in laser rangefinder technology. So looking at Foresight was a natural extension for us. And it was a big acquisition. It was a $500 million acquisition, but you don't get many opportunities to buy a leading technology company in a space that's growing 20-25% at super high margin. So we jumped into it, and it's going to be a great addition for our Bushnell business. In fact, if you saw the Ryder Cup last week, you saw just about every top pro on the range using the quad system, which is the leading product from Foresight. So really exciting acquisition for us, and really positions us as a leaders in data technology in the golf space.
I didn't realize, although I did see that shot where it went right around the lip of the cup and then it came back out. It was brutal. I wanted to ask you, though, about this trend, and there's the Netflix show, I think, called Meat Eater that people are following with such interest. And we remember when, obviously, the Facebook CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, a few years ago said he was only going to eat what he hunted and killed himself that year. This is a kind of a big and growing trend. Tell me about it and how that's benefiting your business.
Well, Kelly, the fascinating thing is Steve Rinella, who started Meat Eater, I give him a lot of credit, as well as others that have started podcasts and brought, organic farm to table out into hunting and what we call field to table, and really people embracing hunting for their meat and harvesting meat that they know is non-hormone, non-injected, fresh grass-free raised beef. And so you think about the numbers, they're really staggering. I mean, Josh talked about it a little bit, but we've introduced 3 million new hunters last year to unprecedented levels. We've got about 40 million hunters that have applied for licenses. And this year, it's up even more off that strong base.
Wow.
And what all of our data is telling us, it's a very diverse audience. So we've got a lot of millennials that are very experiential oriented, that are embracing getting out into the field, getting into the forest, and hunting for birds and wild game. So super exciting for us.
But is this the kind of thing, Chris, that makes a lot of sense in a pandemic when there's nothing else to do and you're kind of like, all right, I'll give this a try, versus something that people are going to integrate into their day-to-day lives for the next generation to come?
Well, Kelly, and that's the interesting part about it is, we've been back to so-called normal for the past number of months, where kids are back in school. Some schools are wearing masks, some are not. People are going back to work. People are traveling. And so we're seeing people use their recreation time into the team sports activities and everything else that they've always embraced. Yet we still see hunting increasing. We can't produce enough product. And we're fortunate that we have some of the hottest hunting loads in the marketplace, like Terminal Ascent from our federal brand. But we think this is a trend that is here to stay. And a lot of it is things like Netflix and the podcasts that are getting millions and millions of followers. Really pre-COVID is when this started. And people are embracing this, and we don't see it going backwards at all. In fact, our demand for our product, we see well over a year of backlog from folks that can't get it today but really want to get into